Hi, happy Halloween, everybody. Yay. Okay. Um, if you're watching this in the future, hi, I'm Marco. If you ever want a private reading with me, let me know. My prices are extremely inexpensive compared to most people, and the way to contact me is in the description box of this video. If anybody wants a reading with me, they have to contact me. I will never contact you. I do not solicit myself to other people like that. So if someone is doing that, it's not me. All right. So I'm going to wait for some people to come in. I've got all my shit here. I've got my cards, my cocktail, my tobacco. I've got my candle lit. Yeah. I'm going to see what today brings. I'm definitely doing things purposefully so that this day will stick out in my memory. And I will remember the things I did today. So, you know, doing things a little differently today. Definitely plan on weaving a lot of magical spells today, doing lots of stuff like that. Okay, so Tia Bia, hi, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. So what are the Pisces next actions towards me? We are in no contact after a misunderstanding. Okay. Let's see what comes up. Okay. So Tia. I used to know a girl named Tia. I haven't seen her in ages. Although I actually friended her several months ago. It's like a year ago now. Became Facebook friends with her. We used to work together at a coffee shop. Well, Tia, I think that there is a future here. I think that you and the Pisces will get back together. I think there will be a reunion, and but there's definitely a message here about starting over. Like, and I can't help but feel like I don't know what the misunderstanding was, but I feel like it's so stupid, whatever it is. Like, it was almost like there's this feeling of there's nothing I can do that's right, but at the same time, like feelings are hurt, and but I can't help but feel like it was something really stupid anyway. So this is definitely something. Um, this is definitely something that can be healed from. And I see two cards here about these are both beginning cards. You know, the Fool is a new beginning, a new beginning of actually what is probably going to be a long journey. And then we have a new beginning card here. So and it's definitely this reading is swaying kind of more positive. So I think that there is good that will come of this. I think you two are going to get back together, and this is a romantic thing, right? I'm just saying that because with the Ace of Cups, that I usually see those cards as like romance cards. But I think you two are going to get back together, and everything will be fine. And I actually think that um, you two are going to be pretty special together. All right, because with the Fool card, that's like a new beginning of like a whole like journey in life. So something special coming there. Hi Callum, welcome back. Hi. But yeah, anyway, Tia, don't worry about it. All will be well. Um, Okay. A time frame. Okay, so I think it's probably going to be within about a couple months. Because actually, it's funny because the cards that came out, the two card besides the two cards that I showed you, it was the Two of Swords in reverse. So it's kind of funny how it was 0, 1, 2, how it kind of the cards came out that way. Kind of a little synchronicity. But I think it's probably going to be within about 2 months. If all cards were upright, because the only card in reverse was the Two of Swords, so that kind of in my mind is a little bit of like a delay. So probably closer to like 2 months. Oh no, time flies. Okay, time flies by. Okay, so I have a question here from Anna. Will justice be served in my case for T.E. Karmic? Okay. So you're looking for justice. That's what you want. Assuming. Anyway. So let me see what comes up. Happy Halloween, by the way, everybody. It's Halloween. Yay. The witchiest day of the year. So as I'm shuffling the cards, the Justice card kind of popped out. So that's probably a sign of something. But I put it back in the deck, and I'm just going to keep shuffling and see what is a definitive sort of answer. Hi, Aesthetic Delta. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, will justice be served in this case? Will justice be served in this case? Justice be served in this case? Yeah. So Anna, I think you're gonna get your way. This is definitely gonna go your way. I do kind of see unexpected things happening that maybe delay the outcome. But you know, I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter because you're gonna get your way in the end when all is said and done. But I do see some conflicts coming up. I'm not sure what you're talking about. If this is some kind of court case or if this is just something between you and another person, just privately. But I think you're gonna get your way in the end. You're gonna get what's owed to you, and but there are gonna be delays in that. All right, but it doesn't matter because you'll get your way. And these are the cards I got. Yay! Some good cards there. The High Priestess and the Ten of Pentacles upright. Alrighty. So, how's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good. Let's take a sip of my cocktail. Okay. Is November 2nd onward the best time for me and Nicole to have a breakthrough in communication? I reached out through Facebook, so maybe enough time has passed and the rift has calmed between us. Okay, let me see. So, what I'm really going to look into is the near future between you and Nicole, or at least the somewhat near future. And just, or maybe even just Nicole's energy towards you in the days to come. See how she's going to be feeling about you, and maybe just the whole connection in itself. Okay. Aesthetic Delta. Alrighty, you and Nicole. Thanks. All right. Um, hang on. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out what this means, because I will say all of these cards look negative, but it's nothing in the sense of like hatred or dark energy like that. Like, it's nothing super heavy. Um, and they're all minor cards. So, um, I want to say the answer is like, I don't really see. It's not that Nicole is mad at you. I don't think she's mad at you. But the sense I'm getting is that, like, she's not mad at you. I think she's just kind of over it. And listen, I don't know what kind of misunderstanding you both had, or who was in the wrong or who was in the right. But the sense I'm getting is that, you know, to to her, you're just not like a main player in her life, and she doesn't really give you much priority over anything else. Like, you're not that important to her, and because I feel like the energy in when she thinks about you, it's very small energy. And so I think that kind of tells me about how she's going to approach it going forward, is that, like, I don't think you should really expect much from her. Um, like, she's kind of past it. She's over it. The cards I got, I'll show you. They're all in reverse, but none of these cards, nation in my head right now, because I mean, yeah, this is kind of a negative looking spread, but there's nothing here about like dark evil energy. And they're all minor cards. So I'm just feeling like you don't mean that much to her. And um, I don't know. Um, well, oh shit. Let's do this one. Well, aesthetic delta, if there's any way that you could maybe improve the situation, um, I think going outside of what you normally do, there's one of two things that I think, if there's any chance, then this is it. So maybe bring up something or strike up a type of conversation that you never have before, something completely different that maybe she doesn't see coming, or maybe even offer to go somewhere like offer to go somewhere in the world that maybe she wouldn't expect you to invite her to go to, something that's outside the box for what you would typically do. All right. Alrighty. By the way, hi everybody who's coming in. Happy Halloween, everybody. Yay. Um, Hi B. What's up, people? Halloween. Okay, let me see. I have a question here. So, Callum, what's in my future? Okay, let me look into what's on the way for Callum. Yeah, so aesthetic delta. The word for you when it comes to approaching Nicole is adventure. Be adventurous. Think outside the box. Go outside of yourself. All right. Adventurous. Anyway, so this is for Callum. Oh, shit. Let's do this one. This one. Bada bing. Bada boom. And so, Callum, what I'm seeing in the cards, or I guess the message that's meant to come up for you. You asked me about your future. I'm not seeing anything like an event or anything specifically about like an event that's coming, but I do kind of see a lot of bad decision making on your end, especially when it comes to money. Spending your money in ways that maybe you shouldn't, or not being so wise about your money. Um, and there's something about, I think when it comes to money and wealth, I think that there's something or someone that actually helps you along. And for whatever reason, there's going to be a delay, or there's whoever helps you right now, there's going to be something wrong with that coming up. Um, Something about that. But I don't know. I guess try to be better with your money just for the next little while. Um, think about the future. All right. Anyway. The cards were the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Wands in reverse, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I know I should have showed them to you, but I already put them back in the deck, and I started shuffling. My bad. I do try to remember to show them, but sometimes I just kind of, I don't know, like I don't think about it. I need to smoke some tobacco. Um, okay, so I have a question. Disputes from boss named, what does that say? Taranjeet. When will it resolve? From India. Hi, India. Okay, let me see. When is this going to resolve itself? Vibhav. Well, I'm sorry. I probably butchering people's names. All right. So you want to know about when the disputes with the boss will end? When it will be resolved? Disputes with the boss. Well, so I kind of don't think that this will ever be resolved with your boss, Taranjeet. Um, I think maybe if you really are having trouble dealing with it, then maybe just try to find a new job. Also, I kind of get the sense that the thought of getting a new job for you sounds impossible, but I'm sure there's a way somehow. Maybe just be open to that and keep your eye out for something else. Um, but because there is something here about a new job, but also your thoughts about getting a new job, it seems impossible to you for whatever reason. Maybe you live in a small town where there's not much opportunity, or I don't know, there's some kind of reason that you're kind of think that that's not accessible to you, but I'm sure it is. Okay. Or at least just be open to maybe something else if it comes up, because I don't really see that ever resolving itself. Okay. Anyway, so I guess I skipped a question from B. Let me go back and look for the question. Oh, I see it. So, what are G's current feelings for me? B wants to know. Okay. I'm going to answer this question, then I'm just going to smoke a little bit of tobacco just for a second and just take a quick break. So B. Whenever I see that name, I think about B. Arthur. I love her. I remember I saw the roast of the roast of Pamela Anderson, and B. Arthur was one of the roasters, and she like read an excerpt from Pam Anderson's book, and just listening to B. Arthur read it, it was so funny. May she rest in peace. Love her. Anyway, so B. What are G's current feelings for me? What are G's current feelings for me? So B. Um, the sense I'm getting, the sense I'm getting is the word frustration came to me. So I'm not sure what's going on with you and G or what the situation is, but I get the sense that he or she is very frustrated with you and kind of this feeling of things not moving forward, or there's some, I don't know, the word frustration was the first thing that came to mind, especially when I look at these cards, because there this I do see some problematic energy here. Also, it's I do see a lot of very intense energy. But anyway, um, you're in no contact and have been for a while. Okay. Anyway, hi Lisa. Hey, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I'm gonna have a fun day today. I have it all. I have a whole plan. I'm gonna do a lot of like spells and psychic stuff, and um, there's a spell that I'm gonna try out today for visions. I just posted it on my channel a couple days ago. It's for vision quests, or to have visions just in general, I guess. But I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna do that spell today and meditate and see what happens. Hopefully, nothing that's too freaky, but maybe a little spooky is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast. I'm actually doing a spell right now, a karma spell. The same spell, which is also on my channel. Um, I thought today would be a good day to maybe, if there are any evil spirits working against me, just to sort of send their energy back to them. Um, Today of all days, I imagine that that's probably not a bad idea as the first thing I do today. I'll show you. It's right over there. I kind of whipped out one of my bigger candles. See the candle on the table burning? My spell books are right next to it. Whenever I'm doing a candle spell, I like to keep a few of my spell books open to like either the page that the spell is on and maybe some other powerful pages that I think are like attract power and energy. Um, I don't know. Makes sense to me. But the spell is on my YouTube channel. Um, Dressing up, I thought about putting on my witchiest outfit for the day, but I don't know. I think, ooh, maybe I should go get my witch's hat. I have two witch's hats, but I think, oh, should I? Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my hat. Check it out. Can you see it? This is like Ben's. Bend it up like that. That's better. I have another witch's hat too, which is a lot smaller, and it's kind of you could almost get away with wearing it any day. But I have some shirts that are like kind of medieval looking. Um, I could, uh, and one of them is my favorite. I have this black long sleeve one that I've worn in some videos before, but I did think about putting on a pair of black skinny jeans and my black long sleeve like medieval shirt with all my rings and maybe a moon earring and kind of really doing the whole thing up. But it's not the most comfortable thing to wear, and I'm not going anywhere today. It would really just be for me, but I'd rather just wear my, you know, um, my just regular clothes. I have to take this hat off. I can't. I can't wear this. Um, I thought about it, but now I don't want to. That hat kind of makes me look fat. Oh, you guys. Wait. No, I'm all caught up. So, um, yesterday I saw a really spooky movie. It's on Tubi. It's totally free. I mean, you have to watch a little bit of ads here and there, but it's not too bad. It was called I Know Who Killed Me. It was back in the from the 2000s, and it stars Lindsay Lohan. It was a freaky movie. It wasn't so much a horror movie, it was more of like a thriller. I can't do straight up horror movies because I just find them way too scary, but I can do a thriller. And that's more of what this was, but it was still very spooky and it's really cool. Perfect for Halloween for me. Um, it was so good. Yeah, Lindsay kind of fell out of acting for a while, but she's kind of getting back into it. I wish she would do something a little. I think the only recent movies I know from her are like cutesy kind of movies. I wish she would do something a little more intense. Um, I would really like to see something like that because I love her. Like there was the movie I love is called Georgia Rule. That was from back in I don't know when, but it's kind of a little old at this point. But um, with Jane Fonda and Felicity Huffman. It was, I mean, there were funny parts in that movie, but it was actually kind of more of like a drama. I like seeing Lindsay in like dark movies or like dramatic movies and stuff like that because I think she can really show what she can do more. Um, but like cutesy movies, I'm not even into in the first place. Anyway, by the way, my go-to candy is my favorite candy is Reese's, which I in the mail a few days ago I got a big bag of Reese's cups. It's the kind of candy that you give out to trick or treaters. but I just got it for myself. It was dirt cheap, you guys. This big bag of Reese's cups. It was like six something. It wasn't even $7. It was literally like 6.50 or something ridiculous for that gigantic bag of Reese's. So I got it. And I every time I go to eat them, I eat like five at a time, and then I cut myself off. Um, yeah, but I love Reese's. I love plain milk chocolate. Um, it's funny, when I was a kid, I wasn't really into just plain chocolate. Um, I mean, I would eat it eventually, but it wasn't really like my thing. But now I actually love eating just plain milk chocolate. Um, See, there's some candy I don't really eat because I've had so many fillings, and um, I have had a lot of work done to my teeth. So certain things I just don't eat. Like I even though I love them, I don't eat Starbursts um, because I just don't want my fillings to get ripped out. I don't eat peanut brittle, even though that's really good, but I just don't eat it. Nerds, I'm not. I've never really been super into nerds anyway, but they're all right. They're not bad, but also I wouldn't. That's another thing I wouldn't really eat because I don't know. Nerds is just like little clumps of like pure hard sugar, and like I don't know. Just the thought of chewing on nerds, it just kind of makes it's like nails on a chalkboard in my head. Like I can't do it. What's some other good candy? See, I'm typically not really into sweets that much anyway. I hardly ever eat sweets. I have been for the past few days because I bought that big I bought that big bag of Reese's. So I have been eating sweets a little bit more the past few days, but I usually don't eat sweets much. I'm way more into like salty food. I can't wait for tonight. By the way, you guys, and if you're watching this at all in the future, I'm not going to be live later today. I said last week I made like an announcement talking about the new schedule that I'm going to stick to. Um, but it ended up being that today's Halloween, so I had to change my plans, and I'm not going to be live this afternoon. And tomorrow, Saturday, I usually do the free readings on Saturdays, but I changed that day to today because I thought since it's Halloween, I should do some free readings for people. But so I switched the 2 days just for this week. So I'll be doing paid readings tomorrow, but today I'm doing the free ones. But I'm not going to do it later today. I also changed the time of day when I decided to go live because later today I'm going to be cooking a big meal for myself. No one's coming over. It's just a meal for myself, but I'm making like a big feast to celebrate, Halloween. I thought that'd be a fun thing to do. I like cooking anyway. It's basically just Thanksgiving dinner. Um, it's just Thanksgiving food. Anyway, I have a question from Bloss. Will I reunite with my person? Okay. Will I reunite with my person? For Bloss. So Bloss, no. You know, I don't think you're gonna reunite with this person, and I also kind of feel like the sense I get is that you're kind of like looking at this situation with a through a little bit of like a warped prism. Um, Not to offend you, because as I said that, it almost sounded like mean, but like I feel like you're kind of overthinking this, and you're kind of giving this too much thought, maybe, or like you're not really seeing it for what it is. Um, anyway, something like that. But no, I don't think so. Anyway, um, I have a question from Pommy. By the way, hi Pommy, happy Halloween. I would like to ask, what is V thinking of me? No contact. Okay. What is V thinking of Pommy? Okay. What is V thinking of Pommy? What is V thinking of Pommy? Hmm. Well, I feel like, okay, so when it comes to V, I do see energy here that's sort of like I see the energy of acceptance, kind of giving up, accepting the situation and moving on. So that kind of tells me about something of like the dynamic that you and this person have to with each other. You know, I think if you really needed help, I think V would be there for you. Even though there were problems in the past with something about secrets being revealed, but I think, I mean, this, you know what? I will say the sense I get is that V isn't such a bad person. I don't think V's that bad of a person. I think V is very loyal to other people. And I also think V is very forgiving. So, anyway, I actually still think this person likes you, but they've forgiven and forgotten, you know, and have moved on from whatever these problems were in the past. Okay. That's the sense I get. All right. Hi, Starlight. What's up? Happy Halloween. What is Jay thinking of me, please? Okay. What is Jay thinking of Starlight? I'm so cautious of people named Jay. I don't know what that is, but I just, I don't know. Um, Let me see. I always say never trust a man named Jay, but maybe let's just see what comes up. Um, all right, so Starlight. What is Jay thinking of Starlight? That's interesting. I have to make another cocktail. Yeah. Um, this is so Starlight. I'm a little confused. Because I think there's a love offer coming, but I also don't think you should really trust this person. I'm not saying he's completely the source of all evil, you know what I mean? But I do think that this is somebody who has a little bit of a dark heart. Because one of my cards that signifies evil came up in this reading. And I'm not saying that just because I'm trying to justify the joke I made a second ago about don't trust anyone named Jay. That's not why I'm saying that. It's just this reading sways negative, and also one of the cards that came up was the Seven of Swords in reverse, which I see this as one of the evil cards. So anyway, but what threw me for a loop is when I saw the Knight of Cups upright. This is my card that I usually see as a love offering. So like asking you out on a date or making some kind of offer of romance. Um, that's also showing up, and it's in a good position. So um, I see something about manipulation. This seems manipulative to me. Um, or it's just, you know, because I think this person is going to ask you out, but just be cautious. And if you start seeing signs of like, he's saying things that are kind of dark and evil, or if he's doing things that are dark and evil, just really know when to end things, and you'll be fine. Alrighty, just words of caution for you. Ruled. Never trust a man named Jay. I'm just saying. That's not his name. Anyway, hi Gina. Hi Gina. Happy Halloween. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make myself another cocktail, and I'll be back in like 1 minute. All right. Okay. And we're back. So I think I'm gonna do a few more questions, and then I'm probably going to get offline, and I'm gonna start figuring out what I'm gonna do with my day. I think I've done free readings for long enough. Anyway, maybe watch a scary movie or something. So anyway, Gina wants to know, can I ask about my current job? What should I know? Okay. So Gina. All right. Gina. Okay, your current job. Hey, Ayana, happy Halloween. Hey. So Gina. Interesting. Well, Gina, first of all, just over, looking at these cards really quickly. Um, I mean, I think everything is going to be fine. Um, I think the only thing I really have to warn you about is maybe just, and this isn't always my advice. It usually is, but not always. But I think it is for you. My advice is don't date people who work where you work. That's not always the advice I give people. It is most of the time. But also, I think for you, I think that's probably not a bad idea. Because I only pulled 3 cards, and 2 out of the 3 cards are 2 of the main romance cards in the deck. And I do kind of get the sense that my only piece of advice for you is something about I don't know what your job is or where you work or anything, but there's some kind of warning here about romance or dating but it has to do with your job. So maybe just something about that. Alrighty. So what is that name? Elia. What's my love forecast in the next 3 months? Okay. What's my love forecast in the next 3 months? Okay, Elia. Let's see what the next 3 months are going to bring in love. Wow. Well, Elia, your question was about love, and I do see overwhelmingly good energy here. Um, there's definitely a lot of energy here about confidence. Because I have 3 cards here. They're all in good positions. They're all people of power. They're all very powerful cards. And each card only displays a single person. So there's something here about being powerful, being confident, being outspoken, um, being the main character in the story of your life, um, taking charge. Um, but I do see overwhelmingly all good energy. So to me, that's kind of a sign that there is definitely love on the way if you don't have it already. And if you do have love already, then I see really good things happening and a lot of forward movement, um, something like that. Um, anyway, if you're wondering what cards I got, these are them. All good energy there. Okay. I'm assuming, Elia, that well, Elia, I feel like you can be very confident sometimes. In certain situations, you're full of confidence, but in other situations, you um, you kind of allow yourself to shrink into the background. Um, I don't know. It's kind of like you're two people at the same time. Not that I'm not saying you have like multiple personalities, but it's like sometimes you can be so full of confidence and conviction, and other times you're kind of fading away. So I don't know what that's about, but I would step into more of your inner power and your confidence, and I think that will help out your love life too. Okay. Alrighty. Um, which I can relate to that too. I should take my own advice. Okay, I'm gonna smoke a little bit more tobacco. So what are you guys' plans for Halloween? Anybody doing anything spooky? Casting any spells? Connecting with any spirits on the other side? Little experimentation, seeing what happens. Oh wow. Oh, that's so cool. I wish my birthday was on Halloween. That'd be sick. I would be that obnoxious adult that throws his own birthday party every year and makes everyone dress up. I would. I would also need some more friends to do that, but still, I would. I've always wanted to do a Halloween in drag. Like on Halloween, like dress up in drag and I don't know, go somewhere to some kind of get together, but never done it. I only have one pair of high heels for my drag, and they hurt too much. I can only walk in them for like 2 minutes. They're straight up hooker fucking shoes. But not that I do drag a lot. I almost never do it. It's just for the internet. But for my comedy channel, please check it out. At $14 vodka is my handle. 14 as in the numbers 1 and 4. All right, well, I'm going to go. If I didn't answer your question, I'm so sorry, but I got to go eventually. So I'm going to go get my day started, and I'm going to try to figure out ways to keep myself busy today. So thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a happy Halloween. Um, I might post a few videos later today, just like shorts or something like that. But anyway, bye.